So let's continue our inspirational conversation. So last time we talked about sometimes Chinese can be considered rude. Maybe they don't mean to. Maybe you can talk a little bit more about that.
Oh, sure. I've always known that culturally there are differences. What is considered polite etiquette, things to talk about, things to ask about. And, you know, there are certain questions that Chinese people are very comfortable with asking that is not polite to ask in American culture, or a lot of Western cultures. But for example, how much do you make? How much do you earn in your job is usually not discussed.
So why not?
Because I think discussion of money is considered gauche, or it's considered déclassé, you know, to be quibbling about differences as far as who's better off. What's the purpose of it? Is it useful? I mean, we all know that it's actually useful information and that there are websites dedicated to this sort of information, right? You can look up, you want to know how much your colleagues are making so that you know whether you're making enough, how much to ask for. So that's very, you know, but it's considered one of these things you don't talk about because I think because it only leads to
judgment,
someone feeling good and someone feeling bad.
Yes.
Right. Someone being better and somebody, you know, there's, unless you're making the same thing, you know, then it's judged, then you're either doing well or you're not. So for example, you know, okay, so you ask me how much I'm making. I tell you, you're either going to say, oh, that's a lot, right? Or you're going to say, oh, that's not very good. and often in Chinese conversations, that's exactly how the conversation goes, right? How much do you make? Oh, I make this much. Oh, that's not a very good salary, is it? You know, okay, great. Now I feel like crap.
You will feel that way if they say things like that, or you don't really care?
Like I laugh it off. I'm like, well, you know, this is a Chinese conversation, you know, because I understand the culture a little more, and then but sometimes it stings a little. Like a very memorable experience I had that a friend and I always joke about. It goes back to 1985, and very common question say, oh, what kind of car do you drive in America? Now this is 1985 when Chinese weren't driving cars; they had bicycles, and no, you know, personal cars. People didn't have private cars, and they asked him, you know, and I was there for this. So I was like, oh, what kind of car do you drive? And he said, oh, I've got like you know, a Toyota Camry or something. It was
yes,
a very practical Toyota Japanese car. And the guy said, oh, it's not a very good car. It's like, you know, it wasn't a Benz. It wasn't a, you know, BMW. It wasn't a luxury car.
Yes,
it was
people aim high.
Right. And so it's like, you know, you want to say, hey, you know, what are you driving? Flying Pigeon, Figure, right? Or the Feng. You know, that's what they're driving. So another thing they'll say, oh, 你怎么那么胖啊？大明你怎么那么胖？
Yes.
多谢。我怎么回答？是。我自己 I just laugh it off. And they don't mean that in a bad way. You know, being fat in China is kind of a jolly, fun, you know, healthy, has a more of a healthy, luxurious life in the US. But to outright call someone fat in English and American is definitely considered rude.
Hold on, it's my doctor.